Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome. We are finally back in the goddamn house. Let me just start off with saying this. Thank you to everyone who has supported us. I thank you for all your kind messages. As you know, May was a rough month for me. And I thank everyone for their support out there. You don't know how much it meant to me. I miss this show dearly because I started the show from the ground up with these lovely people on this show. And I just want to shout out y'all three, Eb, Kyle, Chip, also Brandon. I appreciate you guys so much as friends for what you guys have done. Keeping this show alive because I have not been the most engaged with it. And that's hard for me to do. But I just want to give these three their love because they don't get it enough. And I'm going to give them their flowers. I just want to thank you three for keeping this show alive, making sure that we've been rocking and rolling. But with that being said, Lexington, what the fuck? What knocks? What the shit? What are we doing?
What a start.
I miss y'all, man. We back in the saddle. We got that team dropping. We got coaches getting fired their day off.
Coaches getting extended.
Yeah. And more importantly, it all happened before showtime.
It did. Yep. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing.
Editing the document as we speak.
If we had done it yesterday like we were thinking, it would have been a real slow show. And all of a sudden, it's like, man, a lot of content now.
Got a lot of content. Got a lot of stuff we got to talk about, man. A lot of stuff.
If we did it last week, we would have just been like, well, fuck, we got to record this week again.
Right. So yeah, Eb, how's things been on your end? How's NCFC doing? Are y'all where y'all want to be?
We're not. It's not bad. I think going up to a new league and a lot of players adjusted really well. But we're sitting in ninth. So a spot from the playoffs, but it's also been very competitive. Like I think it's like teams 4 through 10 are separated by like 6 points or something like that. So it's been cool. It's been interesting, but it has been a lot of fun just to go back up to see how well we can adjust and do. And I mean the teams around us also are really good. Rhode Island, I didn't think they were going to do what they're doing, and so yeah.
Okay, all right. Kyle, is it Madison versus Refs? And if so, are we going to have a Survivor Series matchup between the two?
Who knows? We might have to have some war games just to get it settled at this point. But you know, the nice thing was I was not at the match yesterday, so I had an enjoyable night last night. I saw Childish Gambino, so I had a great time. I didn't have to worry about being mad at the refs.
Yeah, there you go. That's a fun way. Lastly, but not least, this is Mr. Chip, who is now the father of 2. He has treated his second kid as a transfer, as he stated before, where he said, literally, out his own mouth, yeah, the second one just came along and we didn't know what to do. Almost sounds like Chelsea.
Wow.
You know what? Just like Chelsea, too, we're signing the youths.
Yeah, there you go. And it's shipping around with no direction.
See which one pans out, and we'll see what happens.
But Chip, how's everything going on with you, man?
Good. Omaha, always finding something to be mad about. Omaha fans are always trying to find a way to be the main character. So it's been exciting. But, Lexington had to go and seal the show yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Or 2 days ago. We kind of like inadvertently dropped that.
Look, as a Richmond Kickers fan, I just want to say first shout out. Thank you, Lexington, for once again taking the thunder from Terry Sawatsky getting his extension, because I thought people was about to start blowing up. Start blowing on that post.
Can I talk about the Lexington real quick? Because this is kind of funny. So I got sent the LinkedIn page that we ended up posting on Twitter while I was at the hospital. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, when I posted it, I'm just like, oh yeah, like everyone knows this is happening. And so it's just kind of like, well, okay, cool. Like it looks like it's official. Like, let's go on. So, I'm, doing hospital stuff and then, eating my bland food and everything else. And then I look at my phone and it blew up. Which also, on principle, I think we need to block John Morrissey of USL Tactics, just because every time he retweets us, he ratios us accidentally.
Oh, I didn't even see that. What did he say?
Oh, just something about like it's the layup joke about like the worst teams getting promoted.
Just I mean, everyone made that joke.
Yeah,
but like
I made that joke.
He ratioed us though, but I was like, "Holy crap, what's happening?" My wife's just like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I accidentally tweeted something, and now we're in trouble." She's like, "What?"
Wife's doped up.
She's like, "Oh, just stay over there. I don't want to know." And it's like, but yeah, I mean, I think that's was the crazy thing because I thought most of everyone who like follows the league kind of knew it was going to happen, like last year that it was going to happen, and then this was just kind of more of like, yeah, it's officially official, and it's apparently people did not know that.
I don't think it's the part that people didn't know. I mean, I do think there were some people who did not know. I think it's just more so the fact of like how these 2 years have been. And you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's have this conversation because this is the part that we were talking about. This is my standpoint of it. I think everyone knew. And those who did know don't follow the league in depth as we do because we're sickos. But where my level of irritation comes from, as someone that has dropped down the league from said league, is that yes, USLC gets more eyes on it because it is the higher the league, right? And you figure that you're going up there. I hate it when owners are just selling it as like, oh, we play more competitive teams and we're going to have a bigger boost in attendance. Yeah, that's cool. But like, you're really not, it's a good point. You're not really going to get a boost in attendance if you're not winning games. Like, you're not one of those top 10 teams in USLC who are regularly in the playoffs and not be regularly in the playoffs. Like, competing for a title, there's no real point of being in the C. And what was, like, when Lexington came in, what was Lexington sold us on? It was they were going to develop the youth. Because I remember last year we talked about the two things that made no One Knox and Lexington separate. It was One Knox was buying veterans to win now, and Lexington was building for the future because they were buying their kids. And they did that year one. And near the end of the year, they had a better team because you started to see that team gel. And then all that got blown apart, right? Because they were like, oh, we want to win now. And that's not happening. So then it's just weird to see them be like, oh, we're going to the sea right now. Where you would think you want to take a team from year one, have that team gel. Yeah, okay, cool. Change some parts, bring in some more stable players, right? Have that team ready for year two where you're hoping you're going to be a little bit more competitive. Yeah, you don't have to be top of League One, but like be more competitive. And then if you're going to make the jump to the sea, that's fine. But don't put out a statement saying, oh, we are pushing and developing the youth and we are one of the leaders in League One. Leading in what? Golden from Richmond? Like, no. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I understand wanting to push yourself, but there's no pro route. I get that. 100% get that. And this is no knock on the fans. The fans should be excited. Like, I feel like the fans of Lexington have some way been caught up in this, and it's no fault of their own. But the irritation comes from the owners because it seems short-sighted. And if they're being short-sighted in terms of building the roster, like, I don't have faith they're going to do it in the C. Because in the C is going to be more competitive. Because already around you, you have Memphis, you have Indy 11, you have Louisville. You have three teams that are competitively already more established than you in the C.
And I could tell you that it is way more expensive in the C.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's way more expensive than being in League One.
Especially if you're not just trying to tread water, like cough, Hartford.
That's the part where I'm frustrated at because it's like Lexington's going to go up there and tread water. Like, what? Are you planning on being the next – who's a mid-table team? Like Loudoun United or like Colorado Switchbacks where you like every 5 years or so you have a competitive year? Like, what are we doing? Why go up to the sea? You couldn't compete in the one.
So for me, my viewpoint more is I don't have a problem and this is where how Lexington's approaching it and how Omaha's approaching it is a little bit different in my view. Is how Omaha's approaching it is, they went in and they wanted to be in League One. That was primarily their plan. The attendance was good. The people showed out, even though their stadium is in bumfuck nowhere, and they were consistently one of the best teams in the league. And then they were like, okay, we seem to have hit our ceiling. And the only way we're going to be able to raise attendance is having a better stadium location. Get the new stadium. Once we get the new stadium, at this point, it makes more sense potentially to go up to championship. But Omaha had shown over the years, that was kind of the trajectory. Right. I feel like with Lexington, and again, no fault through fans and even the coaching staff, it kind of felt like, and this is what my biggest issue with Brooklyn, it's like using USL League One as your stepping stone, or saying we're not truly we don't really give a shit about League One. We're just doing this so that we can get established to move up the championship. And I think the bigger concern for me is assuming that this brand new stadium is going to automatically drive this influx of people in, as opposed to, and again, this is not knock on Lexington fans, because they have shown yes, they can put together supporters group. They put out good content. They're doing all of this. It just felt as though they're treating USL League One more as this placeholder to get to the champion. And that's the bigger concern I have for teams that come into League One is, are you actually wanting to be in League One, or are you just using League One to look good to championship and just basically treat it as a whatever situation and not really want to be fully committed? And again, Lexington at least tried on the field to put a competitive team out there, and it didn't work. But I think that's kind of more my feeling, is don't just use League One as this placeholder for what you actually want. And at that point, just go to championship. Don't treat, and that's the thing with the MLS 2 teams that were there. It's don't treat it like it's a nothing amateur-ish whatever thing. Treat it like a professional league that it is, and the destination that you want to be about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think the big question too is Lexington apparently is exercising a clause in their league contract to go up. Omaha is exercising a clause in their contract to go up. How many teams in League One have these clauses in there that just let them go up automatically?
I feel some of them, probably not a lot of them.
I'm pretty sure almost every team has it. It's just whether or not you want to use it or not.
Yeah.
Richmond has it, but are we going to use it? Hell no.
Madison's not going to. Yeah. Greenville's probably not.
Yeah.
Most of these teams, and that's also the thing with Chattanooga. It's how are you going to want to go up, and you still have not even completed this fucking stadium that's been in the works for 4 or 5 years now?
Well, and I'm guessing if you look at the contract, all the clauses say upon completion of a soccer-specific stadium within, X miles of downtown or whatever, city center or something like that. Because I almost guarantee you when Omaha joined League One, they wanted to join championship. The league told them no, because people think Omaha is 50,000 people, and said, you know what, if you guys build a stadium, you can go up. And then they built the stadium, and now they're going to go up. But it is interesting though too, because Zach Hubble, one of the Omaha fans, made a point on that tweet, and he said, they really need to say you can do that, but you have to be in League One for 5 years.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. It just seems extremely rushed by Lexington, and that's what's annoying about it, because the last 2 things I've seen out of Lexington, when they rush stuff, it ends up bad. You started off saying you wanted to build this cup around the kids. And then when you finished where you finished last year, you was just this sucks. Let's just go get a bunch of really, really good players and just make an 11 that looks shiny. And now that that's crap, it's all right, cool, we're going to go to championship. Because to be honest with you, how much of that team goes up to the championship? Maybe 1? That's doing it? That's it? Not much of that team is going up to the championship with them. It's not like the case of NCFC, who won I'm not even going to use the league title, but they had talent that we knew it was the best talent in League One. in multiple positions that were able to go up and compete, right?
So to build off of this message from John, NCFC did the same thing. They built a roster that was going to be equipped to go up to championship the easiest. The problem is they're not working well together. Like, it's not working. You didn't give it a chance to develop into what you wanted it to be. And so now you're kind of stuck. And I feel like that's very harsh to say, but how
it's not harsh because the NCFC roster took 3 years to build. Like, we all knew NCFC dropped down because they needed to get stuff straight with the books.
We need to get money right.
Yeah, but you saw over the course of 3 years, like, it started with the sign of Olex and then McLaughlin, and then like eventually, like the third year, that defense got real solidified, and they became one of the better teams in League One.
But I think it's also one of those where it's kind of like, at this point, if you build a stadium downtown and you have money, you can just go straight to championship without rhyme or reason. And then it kind of just creates this question of, at what point is there going to be too many teams in the championship? Like, what is the goal? Like, I know USL wants to have like that D1 and then have a D2 and like have that structure. But until you have that plan, how many more teams? Because you got to think about it. Championship is still looking to have more teams. You have Brooklyn joining next year. You have Jacksonville joining next year. You have Arkansas, Milwaukee, and Buffalo, and all those coming by 2026. You have New Orleans whenever they get there. Iowa whenever they like. There's so many extra teams as well. And that's not including like an Omaha moving up or a Chattanooga or all these other things. So it's kind of just more of a, where is the limit for championship? How many more teams are they going to have? Or are you going to create this new division as well so that you can kind of have that in between the top and League One? Because at some point, championship's going to have to look and be like, we have way too many fucking teams. There's already probably an argument saying we have way too many fucking teams.
Well, but that's why they're going to split it and do 3 leagues. And I think that's the big thing.
But since there's no established plan for that, this is all just more speculation and like talk. There is no action. There is no plan. There is no outlook. It's kind of a, yeah, we might do this. Oh, and Oklahoma City, whenever they get their stadium situation figured out, that's another team in championship. So like, how many teams is going to be until we hit a limit?
Have you seen their new stadium is literally underneath that giant skyscraper they're building? It's going to be the largest skyscraper in North America. And the stadium for OKC is going to be like right underneath it.
Oh, Jesus.
Whatever.
When the renderings came out, I posted online and I was like, is that the OKC stadium? And the Tulsa fans that I all follow are like, yeah, like the guy who's building the building like is the owner of the team now or something. And it's like, oh, talk about a come up right there. You go from not playing to having an owner that's building the tallest building in the United States.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, that's the Lexington situation in a nutshell. Like, it seems odd, but it's not, it doesn't catch anyone off guard. You've been following this league for a while. I think the thing that has caught everyone off guard is the dude that literally dropped 2 hours or 3 hours ago. And I don't know if this is the 1 week change they were alluded to last week, but it's kind of bad.
That'd be a weird way to do it.
They still have that coming.
That's a bad way to do that.
Yo, I really think it's about the stadium, but I think they just need to get rid of the coach, which is weird because my coach got a contract extension and is doing the right things. And One Knock's team is above us in the table and got fired.
Which, in fairness, if you guys all recall, there was all those allegations about him. People had been blowing us up in our DM saying, aren't you covering this? Aren't you covering this? It's like, no, I don't have money for a libel lawsuit. And all I have is an anonymous Twitter account telling me there's allegations. Like I like my state of living. I don't need to pay a lawyer.
I've got USMT Twitter that just
look. I already paid one lawyer. I I already paid one lawyer in 2024. I don't need to pay another one.
No, we're done paying lawyers.
No more lawyers.
That's on our vision board. No more paying lawyers.
I'm sorry.
We're done.
I don't have that kind of bankroll.
I deal with lawyers all day long.
I didn't necessarily have the bankroll. I just had to do it.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, and so I think from the sound of it, there was some continued issues with that sort of stuff and everything else. And so at a certain point, you just got to cut bait, right? And say, we're going to figure something else out, which again is hilarious because there's too many damn teams in the playoffs. So this interim coach is going to end up in the playoffs anyways. It's like, well, cool.
Yo,
he did not beat the allegations.
The best thing Lexington can hope for is that they win out and then when Knox drops off of a cliff and they get into the playoffs, they be like, hey, we made a playoff.
It's like, but did you? Well, I mean, it's just like our friends in NOCO. It's like they make the playoffs. It's like, did you guys really want to make the playoffs? Did you really want to spend this extra money for traveling that you apparently don't have?
Yeah. So I mean, like, what does this mean for One Knox in terms of like how the rest of the season play out? Because if my understanding, like, they're still in play for the Jägermeister Cup. They're what, the fifth?
They're not in play for the Jägermeister Cup.
No,
they're out.
I thought
unless they score like 20 goals.
Yeah.
Yo, am I
they're at 7 goals, and Forward Madison has 15 points.
Oh, never mind. I completely lied. Yeah. They're not it. So what? You got NOCO's in.
NOCO is
You're skipping ahead. Focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
And so
yeah.
the next thing for Knoxville,
my fault. I'm sorry.
They are still what, like 5th in the league?
5th in the league. Okay.
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're in
like,
contention to host a playoff game potentially with some work.
Yeah.
Oh,
they are going. They're likely going to make the playoffs. They will likely.
Oh, whoa! Hold on. This day schedule? This is the rest of their schedule. Hey, if I'm Illich's, bro, I'm me and the owner having a one-on-one. Nah, bro, that's messed up.
The rest of their schedule is Chattanooga, Spokane, both at home. And then they play. This is just league. I'm not going to Jägermeister yet. Then they play Charlotte at home. They're away to Lexington. They're away to Omaha. And then they have Forward at home. Then they're away to Nuga. Then they have Fuego at home. And then they end on the road against Forward and Spokane.
You know, it could be worse.
That's a little mean.
It could be worse. It could be better.
Those are all playoff teams, except.
I mean, really,
except for Fuego
and Lexington.
Oh, I forgot about Lexington. In my head, they've already moved up to championship. They're here for vibes.
Like, bro, that's tough because really, you only got 4 home games. The rest of your games are on the road. That's tough.
I mean, look, I maybe this is a good thing for Knoxville because then the style of play could get better.
So we're talking about Illich's. That man was a walking pogo stick out there last year.
Look, just because he couldn't move doesn't mean he can't try and put a tactic that's like, hey, maybe we should actually try and score goals.
Yeah, baby. All right.
What are they?
I'm setting the over. I'm setting the over at 5 wins. You taking that over or under, Ab?
For Knoxville?
Yeah, in the league. Fans, and listeners as well. Put over or under is at 5 on Knoxville for 5 wins.
To pick up 5 wins.
I'm going under.
They get 4.
4? What'd you got?
Get 4.
I got under.
Got under.
I'll give
You know what? That's not fair. That's not fair. I'm gonna give them.
I'm safe. The only one I feel confident in is home against Fuego and home against Spokane. I feel like those are the only 2 I'm like, I can see them getting a win. All the other, and maybe home against Chattanooga, but otherwise,
Okay, I'm like, I think they can take the Chattanooga game though. Like,
The more you
Both
look at
at
the schedule,
home.
you can talk yourself into a lot of wins. Honestly, like Chattanooga, Spokane.
That away Chattanooga
Waco.
game, I don't think they beat them at home. I think it's a draw at home, but I think they take a couple away.
No,
games.
because they play the Tuesday. They play Tuesday the 1st. They host Madison, and then they go to Chattanooga like 4 days later. That's why I'm like, ugh, I don't know.
But that's not a far drive. They
But it's still 2 games in 4 days.
That's not a.
That's 2 games in 4 days.
That's a far drive.
They got
Really over
it.
2 hours is
They'll
far.
sleep on the bus. Like, why are we?
They still got to play 2 games in 4 days.
Okay, but they can
We're
use
professionals,
the
Kyle. They can
guns
do
on
it.
the bus while they sleep. One lays this way, the other lays this way.
Also, we
You
got to
get the
remember,
bump-
this is Knoxville, who have shown no desire to actually try and win games.
But they're in 5th.
Because they just draw and get shit 1-0 wins. That's it.
They're literally Greenville from year 1.
No, Greenville at least had a plan. They would try and score first and then park the bus. Knoxville is like, we're going to park the bus, and if somehow, by the grace of God, the ball ends up the back of the net, bet we'll take it.
That's not.
Do you think there's any way how Illich just puts himself in boots and be like, all right, y'all, I'm back?
You can add anybody to the roster.
Oh,
You're
okay.
talking
Sign a
about a team
10-day
that scored
contract.
12 goals. I'm saying they win 4 games.
4? Okay. I mean,
Yes.
that's fine.
I can be talked into 5 and a possible.
I
And that's
can be
assuming
talking
they're
to
not
5.
drawing
I can
some of
talk-
these games.
I could be. I'll go board. I'll give you 5.
You're gonna push? That's crazy. I'm still gonna take the under, but I can be talked into at least 1 or 2 possibles.
So
No,
look,
as John said, there's still going to be draws.
Maybe they just really hated the guy, and now that he's gone, all of a sudden it's like a feel-good comeback story.
Maybe.
And then Chattanooga will sign him as their coach, and they'll face off in the playoffs.
that
They'll
is
sign
the
a
most
dog or something.
Chattanooga
I don't
thing
know.
ever, bro. That will be the most Chattanooga thing ever.
Please, no.
Bro, do it. Hold on,
It's
wait.
a-
Where's
it's a
Keegan?
movie.
Where's Keegan? Keegan's at NOCO, right?
Yeah,
only
he might
one-
come back now.
There's only
Now
one
that,
man
now
who can
that the
do
coach is gone.
Hey,
Yeah.
come on. Hey,
Noko may not be paying salary. Maybe he wants to go home.
right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Cardio
Let
Keegan is
Keegan
coming
go.
back.
Let
Like
Keegan go.
Fontaine from the outside lane, baby, coming. They're winning
But
the whole
wait.
thing.
Did they? Well, because I was going to say, Illich, because on the website, on Knoxville's website, it just says that he's former player. So it doesn't say he's playing right now. But you never know.
I mean,
Look.
that just means that he has the potential to make a game day roster.
They're just
I'm
gonna.
just saying, man.
The guys are gonna be like, "Why do you
Illich
keep
is
making
gonna
plays
slap
for yourself?"
Somebody on practice
Calling his own
to put on
number.
that roster.
Look, we've seen owners call their own numbers. So a coach is not.
Yeah.
We got it.
I mean, hey, I said it at 5.
I'm still saying under.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. And what we got next on the docket? Because I haven't hosted in a long time, and I will literally take the show any and everywhere.
Your coach just resigned.
Oh yeah, he did.
Got an extension. I
did.
mean, I know there was a lot that happened between, but he got an
Hey,
extension.
hey,
He could have just snuck in.
Hey, we are not focused on all the field results, baby. Okay, we are under.
This is a vibe-based economy.
yeah. Like we
Christian's
are
about
focused
putting
on the
butts in
kids
seats and
and
pouring beer
developing
on
the
Greenville
babies.
players.
Okay.
Let's go.
All I'm gonna say is the announcement was at like yesterday at apparently noon Eastern. That
Yeah.
Swansky got the extension, and Lexington had made their announcement the day before, so it's like it just snuck right. It was a Friday news dump.
Yeah, and it's right. We also signed a player that can drink legally. You know,
That's crazy. So y'all were breaking labor laws out here.
Yeah, we definitely are because Griffin Garnett should not have played the amount of minutes he has played, which is by far my greatest prediction ever. But I didn't expect him to play this amount of minutes. Like that, I think that man need a working permit to play playoffs. It's a damn shame. Man's been our
Oh, my
best
God.
defender. Can't even have a shot at the games. I get frustrated about how leaky this defense was. But yeah, I mean, for most of the large part, like I feel like Derek got the decisions because it was just smart. They want the stability when it comes to building the youth. Like this is how Richmond's going to go. And for those who haven't seen, like Richmond's will put out a series of YouTube videos of where they talk about like where the club direction is going. And we talked about on River City 93, where about like it's cool that they're doing this video. We just wish they would have did it before the season because then it would have helped the tone of this season. Because we all kind of knew like, all right, this year is going to be a struggle because a lot of the senior players on here are still part of those 2-year contracts. We can't clear them until next year. But now that we know the direction of the club, how we're going about signing and scouting players, hopefully we have a younger roster that is a little bit more athletic. Because that's really Richmond's biggest issue is like this roster isn't athletic enough, if that makes sense.
Also, for the videos, like they're cool, but like you said, it looks like a reaction versus you're playing all along. Like you knew going into the season what you wanted to convey, and you knew that there was going to be some heavy losses in there somewhere. You should have said that from the beginning. I think Darren was trying to say that at the beginning, and I don't really think that message came across clearly. But
yeah, like I don't think like they're taking this season. Obviously, getting to the playoffs is like right now like a little far fetched, right? Because the defense is leaky. But I think like your point, like it does seem a little reactionary. But I rather them put that message out there now versus like at the end of this season, I'm like, all right, y'all, here's all the kids we're doing. It's like, yo, we already know this, but it's been 2 years. Oh, you really a year and a half of bad. Chip, I don't know what the fuck I need to do. Do I need to bring a priest out there to Union Omaha? Do I need to like bathe in the middle of yo, Kyle, you give me that face. Let me give you the facts. Since July 8th, all right, I haven't told everyone this fact. And this is my wonderful fact. Since July 8th, where we were 1-up against Union Omaha at halftime and lost that game 4-1, being down 2 men.
Oh, this was last year. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we had 9 men against our 11 and beat us 4-1. To this day, I still don't understand that goddamn math. We have not kept a clean sheet outside of a U.S. Open Cup game against a lower league division team that's lower than us. And we have allowed multiple goals in games in 26 out of 40. Yeah. It's been bad. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know who I need to like bathe their feet in Union Omaha. Do I need to cut somebody's grass? Chip, advise me what white man do I need to please or pick their cotton to make sure Richmond does better for the rest of the season?
Maybe just need to start cutting checks to opposing players and tell them just, hey, take a dive. I'm not betting on the game. I just want my team to win.
So I need to make sure. You know what? I'm going to hit up Joey G. Because when Terzaghi pissed him off, that next half, everything would just, maybe I need to hit up Joey G and be like, Joey, please forgive us.
Or maybe you should just like go to every game and dress up as opposing fans and just like yell at the Richmond players, like really get underneath their skin or something. That might work.
Hey, John, you can shut the hell up. Because this don't got nothing to do with you. All right? Take your ass to the sea with Ebony.
Look, let him cook. That's all.
I'm chilling.
Let's hear him out.
I'm chilling. Do you see me over here just vibing?
Well, that's
let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
I gotta say, this is kind of like a monkey paw scenario, right? Where it's like, I want Richmond to win, but they're not going to win. I want them to win the Henny, but then nothing else.
Look, all I would say is this, and I still hold my because I was preparing me last year about this. Like, I can still win a trophy, and the golden toilet is a trophy.
Yeah, it is. I proudly will wear my two spoons.
Win that one.
You know, I'm just saying.
No, you even to be fair, you guys also failed at that. You didn't win that trophy.
I know. Yeah. You didn't suck enough last year.
You didn't suck enough. Do better.
Well,
you didn't do great at failing.
And I think that's the big thing, though, too, is they clearly trust the direction that the program's heading. Because you would look at after winning the Shield, They've had 2 not so great years, charitably.
No.
And they're not making a change. They're not, doing anything different. So I think that really speaks to the vision overall for what's going to happen in Richmond and kind of what they want to do. And I think it is interesting.
He's not. No, Dave, you heard of Fitch. Fitch's been around since 2020.
Yeah. Well, tell UCrep to start selling more cookies. That's what you guys got to do.
Look, I volunteer as tribute. Give me cookies. I'll rock with Richmond because Richmond rocking with me. Just I can be bought. Okay.
Okay. Great. Fine. Well, hey, outside of that, also, Richmond does have a new scoreboard, which looks fantastic.
I saw it. It looks good.
I can't wait. It'll be up for the Spokane game, I believe. Playing on the 29th. So that'll be fun. Yeah. All right. What's next on the docket? I need something to make me happy.
Texoma signs their first player.
That's not a real fucking place.
You know what? At least they signed a player, so it's something.
It is.
I refuse to believe that Texoma, that some white man that stole land from Indians decided on the name Texoma.
Me and
you
John.
keep not convincing that. That's not a real goddamn.
I believe this is for sale. It is. And it's a cool logo, and it's a little make-believe area where if you believe hard enough, you can combine Texas.
Look, it's just Sherman, Texas. It's just Sherman, Texoma, aka Sherman, Texas.
So why are we calling it Texoma?
Because there's 2 birds, and you've got to somehow grab a bigger market.
Because it's right on the border.
This sounds like slavery.
I mean, they did have a riot after lynching, so like
they did.
I mean, the courthouse did get burned down.
Look, you gotta imagine and believe, and then you gotta buy the jersey. That's it. Okay.
Once again, this is no disrespect to Texoma fans, but this is not a real fucking place.
Sherman, Texas. I'm gonna pull it up for you just so that you
already did.
Photo.
That sounds like a place that employs black labor on chains.
What part of they had a riot that burned the county courthouse down?
So,
are we sure this is not where the slave riot started at? Because that's what it sounds like.
So I do have a fun Texoma story.
Does it get funner?
So, yes. So I was listening. There's a song called Choctaw Bingo.
What the
and
fuck?
It sounds like a Negro spiritual. What are
No,
we
it
doing?
doesn't.
Well, it's literally a song about using Choctaw bingo games as a front for selling meth in Texoma.
What?
Yeah.
I say
in
Fort
Texas
Madison
just
is
sounds
over
like
here
a
fronting
bad
drugs,
idea.
and yet we have a club that is in a place that was basically moving
It's
drugs.
an actual drug front. Forward is the fake drug front.
What
Texoma
is the drug front you
real
guys
drug
want it to
front.
be? Texoma is the drug front.
Any of those towns who are on the border of 2 states, kind of sketchy.
Is the Mexican restaurant really a Mexican restaurant?
With a Hispanic population of 10,579, maybe.
I'm just saying the Chinese food is gonna be amazing. I'm excited.
Hey,
I'm excited. The yoga studio in Texoma is going to slap. Just throwing that out there.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, that is true. Like, drug fronts do make the best Chinese food. That is true. That is very true. They do. I don't understand it, but they do. So we got what? New teams coming in is Texoma. Who else? Westchester.
Yep. Portland.
Portland. All right.
Santa Barbara.
Real quick. Has anyone looked at the Westchester logo and immediately thought it was the Washington Commanders logo?
Oh, yeah. You missed that whole. We talked about that like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I thought I was
bad.
the only one.
No, it's all bad.
Okay. Who else we got?
Because the circle also is not a full circle, and that annoyed us as well.
Well, there is a bar SG already, by the way. It's
that's
what?
Ford has a Barra SG.
Labara.
Oh, okay.
But
It just goes straight into the pocket.
Yeah,
That's how you know it.
Cash only at the door. Just
season tickets, nah. Just give me $10.
So
and I'll stamp your
hands.
I won't use government names, but I got my driveway redone recently, and so I'm talking to the guy. It's like, hey, I'll pay in cash, and we all know what you're doing. And the guy starts explaining to me why it's good to be paid in cash. It's like, dude, like, do not tell me. Do not tell me. I don't want to know. Just, I'm giving you cash. You are depositing it in an FDIC insured places and claiming it on your taxes. That's what I want to hear. I don't want anything else.
Look, you just gotta.
So anyway, new teams, yeah. So
employee kids in Texoma, it's a drug fund.
So Texoma, Westchester, Portland, Santa Barbara, Naples, and Antelope Valley, AV, Alto.
And the secret.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and this is bad on my part. When I saw Naples, I immediately thought nipples, and I immediately went to. I wonder if they would have an OnlyFans sponsor.
Well, you shouldn't look at what their badge looks like then, because I know what you're going to say it looks like, because it's based off of a seashell.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah, it's like a conch shell.
Oh,
which we all know what concha is slang for. So.
Oh, that is nasty.
Yogi's about to make a USL League One crest that can get it power ranking.
That is nasty.
What?
That is. Ooh.
This is prime off. That's gonna be prime off season content.
That is a nasty little logo there.
Do we want to talk about the secret one that like everybody knows about, but they just haven't talked? That like the league hasn't said anything. What? I know we have Mr. Ashton on the chat, and he's talked about it in his columns like every single time. Is Corpus Christi?
Yo, are they real?
Allegedly, they might be kicking off next year.
No, Alex, I thought Texoma announced it on Instagram.
Did they not?
I think they announced it via Instagram.
Oh, are they doing some weird Fuego shit? Where like Fuego's announcing it on like their Twitch page and their Friendster or something, and it's like, dude, nobody uses those.
Hey, also, Fuego been having some cool ass like merch ideas. Like, shout out to Fuego because
they've got a guy with a fridge connection.
Yeah.
They've done like 4 fridges. And the first one was like, oh wow, that's really cool.
I really thought it was a legit video. Okay,
damn, Cal, do your research, dog.
I tried.
Damn, he got me out here. Wait, I kind of do need to know who Fuego's fridge connection is.
Well, I can't trust this team right now because apparently they're drug front.
So back to what I said, is not a real team plays. It's not like I'm sorry. Like if you ask someone on a map, point to me what Texoma is. I guarantee you, they're not going the border of Texas and Oklahoma. They're just
actually
not.
That's probably exactly where someone's gonna go.
They're not.
Not if you say where is Texoma FC playing, no one's gonna get that.
No. So this team is the Red River Shootout. That's what that team is.
Yeah. Texoma sounds like a place where there's not enough people to have a jury of your peers, so you can literally do whatever you want there.
Slavery, Chip. Just say it with me. Slavery.
Chip, don't fall for it. Don't do it.
Just say it.
As the token white guy on this podcast, I don't think I'm going to be saying that word anytime soon.
Just. Look, League One, you've already been duped by one owner in NoCo that is out here Ponzi scheming land.
We should probably talk about that.
We should. Let's go ahead and dive into that.
Maybe Fuego should just start selling mini fridges. They're probably better at that than they are at playing football.
Look, man, I'll buy one.
Fuego was on Fuego.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. If Fuego starts selling fridges, bro, I might buy one. If Fuego starts selling fridges, I might just buy one.
That anime night fridge was pretty cool.
No, top idea.
That was great. How that wasn't a t-shirt.
That is the best merchandise idea in League One. You just selling customized fridges.
Look, especially all I'm saying is you have a demographic in college students that would absolutely need that shit too.
Forget college students. You got drunk fans that I will buy that just to put
I'm just saying
in a TV room so that I can watch Fuego on a big screen off of ESPN.
I'm just saying, like, if I was a college student, I'm like, oh, I need a mini fridge. Oh, bad. This soccer team has an anime mini fridge available. Let me go get that.
So fun story about the Jaeger one. I was talking to the guy who works at the bar that we all watch at. And he was like, is that like an official thing? I was like, well, yeah, I'm guessing like Jaeger like put some marketing money in it. So I'm sure if you like ask the Jaeger rep, he can get you one. Nope, that's just the guy from Fuego who probably didn't even have permission making Jägermeister wrapped fridges. like some swap meet level shit right there.
Jägermeister, do your job.
It's like, man, how did this fridge guy get the rights to Jägermeister, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach?
I'm
Man,
just
he's got some
saying.
great licensing. And a Bluey one? He has a Bluey fridge too? Man, rights king over here. He's like, I think that's what's going on here.
Look, he's like, I can't do a Marvel Star Wars because I will get sued like no. But
Jaeger.
Do not give Fuego any ideas because next week there's a Marvel fridge coming out.
Yeah.
It's just a guy with a cricket and too much time.
Bro, I shouldn't do this.
No, I'm sure what it is I'm sure somebody's like cousin owns like one of those car wrap places.
Oh,
And they're just like wrapping it in like the.
Hey, I wonder if these fridges are coming from like college students that just left and just left their fridges out. Yeah. They're just like, yo, we got like all these fridges. We gotta do something with them.
He got the fridges out of the dumps.
It was like, I got an idea, dog.
He's getting the fridges outside the dumpster in the dorms.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god!
Before you know, they're gonna be selling futons. They're selling futons next.
I'm not gonna lie to you either. Like, how do you come up with the skill set of knowing that you can wrap a fridge? Like what had to happen in your life where you were like, yo, this is my skill set?
Someone was fucking around in shop class.
So, I'm gonna go ask him on Twitter right now what the story about the fridges is.
Someone was fucking around in shop class. Anyway, Noko in debt.
Yeah, so that's a real drunk front operation. Let's talk about this. Everything's a Ponzi scheme in Noko. It seems. No disrespect to the fans or to the coach because the team was like amazing. Like the team was fun to watch. The owners, drug front, straight up. Them people owe money, and we ain't talking about like quarters. We're talking about like
$13 million in debt.
Yeah, like the FBI about to come in there and shut them down.
And more than 11.3 million in open legal claims in a variety of lawsuits.
Bro, that is wild. That is wild. And I want to have a little bit of faith in League One ownership or USL ownership that they vetted these guys before all this came out. And I like to think like this happened afterwards. But my God.
What receipts? They're not paying them. My bad.
I will say people in League One are very bored because someone literally was sending me like pictures of like the lawsuits and stuff. And it's like, how in your life are you just like looking up like lawsuits against League One teams in your free time?
Oh, yo, I ain't never laughed like that. So,
Christ.
God, I missed this show.
I mean, we should have been concerned when, after like 2 years, that stadium still could not be ready in time so that Noko could host home games in the spring. Well, that should have been like a warning sign.
That's like the crazy thing too, is like the stadium they are playing in isn't even the stadium they're supposed to be playing in.
No, it is their base. It's just a baseball stadium that they are just using. Like I'm not joking when I say you can tell at the stadium there is a slope down in the goal box.
Yeah,
because it's along the foul line, and you can tell it just slopes down.
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not. Like
it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not shocked that the league hasn't made a statement yet because they're probably just kind of waiting for things.
They're like, we gotta wait until these lawsuits. We gotta figure that out.
Well, and this seems like one of those things where it's just going to kind of take care of itself, and then the league will go on from there, and whatever happens, and I guess we'll have some off-season content.
Hey, we will not disrespect Mount Mond out there in Tormenta, okay? That is the greatest USL League One national treasure.
The pile.
Look, and at least we know the reason why that stadium is going to go a little bit slower is Tormenta's paying that with their own money.
Yeah.
And they don't have that much money to be going out like, all right, we got to fast track the stadium.
Look, when it comes to teams with not a lot of money that stretch it, it's us and Richmond and Tormenta. We will stretch the hell out of a dollar. Why you think
Chattanooga has some questions they need to answer as well about what the hell's going on.
Chattanooga is just dirty, okay? They're the kid that wear Air Forces.
They have the money. That's the thing. They have the money. There's no reason the stadium shouldn't be done.
Do they have plumbing yet?
Chattanooga is the rich kid that wants to sell drugs like everyone else, and they're not built like that.
No. Chattanooga's the kid who thinks he's rich, who shows up in U.S. polo shirts instead of polo shirts to private school.
So he's showing up a U.S. assassin.
Yeah. He's got the Jordans, but Michael's got a BBL, and it's like, I don't think those are real, my friends. He badges up a Hyundai Elantra into a BMW, and it's like, I don't think that's what that car is. That's who Chattanooga is. Like, I don't think they have plumbing yet.
No.
Like, I know, like, that was like the story for like the first 2 years is that the Omaha players would like change on the bus because there wasn't a locker room.
Lexington brought up because we upgraded to Columbia.
No. Don't get greedy.
Cuban brotherhood. That's not like a gang association. and also, you're not wrong. Darren is smart to wait on that public's money. Okay. Slow build over here.
No.
Well, why even have concessions when everyone can just bring in their own pub sub?
All I'm saying is you can get a pub sub and a Pedialyte and have a good old time tailgating.
Hey, because you need this.
It's not a dry county anymore.
And you know what? Some people called me a madman for suggesting that.
I still think it's crazy that they were dry. That was a dry county until like 2019. Like Kyle, I'm sure it's the same thing for you, where it's like, I didn't even know that was a real thing. Like in this modern day and age.
I only knew the only time I heard it was like a very religious like college, and like their campus was dry.
Yeah.
What, Tormenta?
Yeah, it was a dry county.
Yeah, it's a dry county. Is it still one?
I don't think so, because there's like bars and stuff there now, but there's like 4 bars, which is crazy.
It was dry until very recently, because when we went, we found out it was dry. Yeah.
Oh wow. 22. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, like no, I mean, Wisconsin does not have a dry county. Like that just does not exist.
Oh yeah, neither does Virginia. Like,
well, everyone talks about California sober. They need to talk about Wisconsin sober, which means you only have an old fashioned at the fish fries. And besides that, you're purely beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wisconsin sober is just maybe like 3 drinks.
Jesus.
Wisconsin sobers, you always call an Uber.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, John, this story is kind of funny. So John from Lexington, there was some Madison fans who were freaking out because they like wanted to go to a bar before the game, and there was like nobody there, and people are like, "You're in the South, like it's Sunday, and we play at like noon." They're in their church clothes still.
Yeah.
So
they're in that Pentecostal church with like the fan, and their big hats.
I just want to realize, Kyle.
They're holding snakes. They're holding snakes and shit.
Sundays in the South, below the Mason-Dixon line.
It ain't that South.
Is it Kentucky north of the Mason-Dixon line?
No, they were Mason-Dixon.
Well, they were
part of it.
They're in the north.
I know it's like it's technically the South, but like when I think of like the South, I'm not thinking of that. I think Kentucky had more Appalachia.
Yeah, they fought that war.
They're in the north. They were in the north.
I swear Kentucky was the South.
No, Kentucky was in the north. That was like the whole thing with like Abraham Lincoln, because he said we can't lose Kentucky. And so they like sent the National Guard and like locked down the state.
Oh, you're right. They were a border state. That's what it was. It was like a weird thing.
It's like them in Maryland. He's like, we can't lose these states. And so they like locked them down.
Yeah, it was Maryland, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Missouri.
Yeah, because West Virginia actually split off of Virginia because of the issue of.
Yeah, that's how we got West Virginia, which is weird.
Right.
But, good on them. But still the South.
Anyway, I don't even know what we were talking about.
Yeah. All of a sudden, this is.
I don't know either. We just made a whole history.
We were talking about debt, and then it transitioned to.
Anyways, our next guest is Ken Burns from PBS, and we're
absolutely not.
Oh man! All right, look, real quick. I'm gonna go over some of these past results that happened over the weekend because League One is a fun league. So everyone knows the Jagermeister Cup happened. Here's some of the results that happened. You had Union Omaha get a 1-0 win over Central Valley Fuego. Charlotte got a 2-1 win over Greenville. Gio did not tweet anything afterwards.
Shocker.
Right?
Wonder why.
In fact, the Charlotte fans did the meme.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. As much stick as we used to give Charlotte fans, they came out in force this year.
Yeah.
They're starting to come out a little bit. Not a lot of them, but they're starting to come out. I'm happy for them. Lexington ended the career of One Knox, head coach, and put Illiches back in charge so he can, revive his career. Richmond some way crapped their way into a pin win. I don't know how to feel about that, but I'll take it. And Madison beat Evil Eastridge. Yeah. And
fun
then
game.
What?
That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah. And NOCO, even though they are a Ponzi scheme, kick Spokane back to the West Coast. So yeah. So right now, as the table stands for the Jagermeister Cup, we got what? Madison more than likely going to make it, I'm assuming.
Not if Omaha can help it.
Basically, Madison needs to lose, and Madison needs to lose, and Lexington need to win.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In order for Lexington to advance, or Lexington just scores a shitload of goals.
But there's no way One Knox can win the group.
No.
Mm-mm.
Because the tiebreaker is first it's the points obtained, and then it's the points obtained in matches between the teams. So like head to head.
Oh, okay.
And then it's total number of wins in the group. And Lexington only has 3 wins. Madison has 5 wins.
Okay, cool.
Knoxville cannot win. Lexington can only advance if Madison loses and Lexington wins. That's
but can One Knox get out the group?
One Knox cannot, because they would then be tied with Madison, or basically One Knox can't because I think they play each other. No.
One Knox next.
No, One Knox. They play Tormenta. Because I think it's based off of like the tiebreaker and how all that would work. Because even if they were to tie Madison, they wouldn't beat Madison on a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody can get out of the group if they score 10 goals. There you go.
All right, cool. That was the whole design of the Jagermeister Cup anyway.
Hey, I was going to say, Madison might not get out of the group scoring. They might only have to score 9 goals to get out of the group.
Right. Lexington's second in that group. So Lexington, John, boys, hey, if y'all want to prove that y'all can make a playoff, please. Got a chance, I guess. I don't know. In the East group, you got Tormenta and Charlotte. Pretty much top of that group. Richmond's third, so we're not bottom. Yay.
East Greenville. Greenville's up by 1. Greenville's 12. Charlotte's 11. Richmond and Tormenta can't advance. No, we can't. We're done. And then out in the West, NOCO has taken this group by storm. Like 21 goals. Jesus, that's God. And then you got Union Omaha right below them, and Fuego and Spokane are holding up. Yeah. Like honestly, y'all, like I'm assuming it's going to be NOCO, Greenville, Madison, and Union Omaha. Omaha likely will advance as the wild card because they've scored the most goals. So will be the 4. Who does winning this tournament helps the most, and who does it hurt the most? Because it's going to hurt somebody. I think. So wait, you're saying like who it helps? Like if they win the USL, like the Jagermeister Cup, who it benefits the most? Yeah. I truly would say Madison would benefit the most, because then at least they can show they've gotten a trophy. Because that's one
And that was the wrong answer. No, cannot live in a world where Madison wins a trophy. Cannot do that. Nope.
Sorry, Kyle. You know it, right?
No, I know. But yeah.
Just because, like, Madison can finally get a trophy, because that's been the shit that they've gotten is they haven't won a trophy. They would have that. Omaha and Greenville, that could potentially turn into a league.
They would have completed League One soccer. Well, no, Greenville would it because they haven't won the league.
Technically they won it in 2020.
They haven't won a final.
Yeah.
Either way, I would say for Madison, Omaha, and Greenville, it's like that could potentially lead to a treble where win the Jager Cup, you can win the Player Shield and then potentially the league. So, like, for those three teams, that's possible. I think NOCO, it'd be a nice little, we're going out in style. This is enjoy the memories because we'll not be here next year.
It becomes a fun trivia answer in 20 years.
It's like Lansing. It's like, oh yeah, remember when Lansing? Yeah, I was like, yeah, remember
number
Lansing
2 in the league.
Second?
I think the most intriguing game out of the remaining fixtures,
Charlotte and Greenville.
Yeah, Charlotte and Greenville is going to be fun. But the Madison and Forward game is going to be fun as well. That's going to be a fun little game. Outside of that, maybe Lexington, Chattanooga.
I just like how Dolabella gets suspended for 2 games, and then he's back for the Madison game after getting some weird bullshit like suspension like the day before their next game. And then he's like just back for Madison again. It's like, I'm back.
Right. I would save about Lance for this, y'all. 2 good tackles for everyone.
It's like, maybe you did us a favor, especially if we beat Richmond. It's like, wow, who cares if he's out? Like,
yeah, I think Greenville, Charlotte will be the one because that's basically a winner advances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But does now
that'd be crazy if it went down to BKs.
Wait,
I think that's the Greenville Charlotte one. It went down to BKs.
No, basically, if it ends in a draw, Greenville advanced because Greenville's 1 point ahead.
Yeah.
So, actually, I guess if Charlotte were to win the penalties, no, because Greenville would have more wins. Never mind.
Yeah. So Charlotte needs to win.
Charlotte has to win. Greenville just needs to not lose.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
What do you mean doing all this math in my head?
Yeah, look at you. There you go.
I'm on paternity leave. Why am I doing math?
Now, does it hurt anyone? Like, does it hurt anyone if they win?
What of all the teams advancing, most of them are like in pretty good spots for the playoffs, I guess. Besides like
Lexington.
NOCO and Lexington. Yeah. I mean, for Lexington, like, might as well just go all out for the Jager Cup because you ain't making the playoffs. Yeah. So who cares, right? Like, who cares if you win the cup? Who cares if you lose every other game? And then it's like, I don't know, we won something before we left, so fuck you guys for telling us we didn't deserve it. I think maybe like NOCO, you could make an argument for just because they're like sort of kind of in that soft part of the playoffs, but it's also like 8 teams make the playoffs, and it's like, I don't know, Richmond, Fuego, and Lexington probably not making it. So there's really only like one team that has like an argument of we should have made the playoffs but didn't. So it's like, well, it's probably going to be Tormenta. So it's like, I don't know, you're probably going to end up in the playoffs anyways, even if you blow it the rest of the year.
I feel like it would be worse for like a Lexington or NOCO to like get to like the final or move on, lose, and it like completely sabotages your regular season as well.
Yeah. Well, Lexington's regular season's already sabotaged.
I'm guessing if the results were, I don't know how the knockout would work, but I'm guessing it would be
they haven't been very forthcoming.
I think NOCO would host Omaha, then Madison and Greenville if the things were to end right now.
Mm-hmm. They haven't really said how they're doing that, which I wonder
if it's just like a random draw.
Well, but I think too, if we want to go back to
the chance, how random can we get?
Well, but with the NOCO stuff, there's all the talk in that article. They talked about how the city was potentially going to pull their temporary occupancy permit, and that's a bad look for the league to be like, oh, well, if you win, like you would get to go through and then have to say, well, they lost their occupancy, so we can't do it. So I think they're just kind of kind of like, I don't know, we'll play by ear. Is my guess, because they don't want the egg on their face of, NOCO being like, we clinched a home Jager Cup, and then being like, actually, we're going away to Omaha because we can't have fans.
So unless like they say, oh yeah, we clinched advancing the knockouts, like, all right, so you're going to go on the road against either Greenville or Madison.
Hopefully the league tells us before next Saturday. That's a big.
We're not going to know until
literally
the week of.
Right. Well, watch them just like randomly do like some draw from like the break room at USL office.
It's going to be like the Open Cup draws where it's just going to be in like some random place.
But it's going to be on those dumb pillows.
No,
they're going to do those dumb pillows. They have all those pillows like the league logo. So let's have a pillow with every team.
If we do draw with them goddamn pillows, we're going to fight. We're going to fight.
But it'll be something weird because it's League One and we can't be normal.
This is also true. All right. So league games for this week. We got a small docket coming up. We already had 4 matches with Charlotte. Ended a 0-0 draws. Nothing much more to talk about that, even though Madison fans would like to think every ref is against them.
Hey, Cheney, man, he's the piggyback champion.
Yeah. Piggyback.
I think we should just allow it based off vibes, but that's just me. Anyway, this weekend.
So tomorrow, Friday, because I don't understand why most of these games happen on Friday, but whatever. Richmond versus Greenville. You got Chattanooga versus One Knox, and then you got Lexington versus Central Valley Fuego. And then on Saturday, the only Saturday game we have is NOCO versus Tormenta FC. So y'all, let's start off. Our favorite subject. Vibes. What is your vibe game of the week?
There's not a lot of good matches out here.
So there's one.
I went Greenville. No. There's no good vibes matchup. I went Greenville Richmond just because I had to pick one.
Why? No.
Look, I was looking at. I was like, there's a lot of chaos options, but someone has to get vibes. And I just went, you know what? Greenville Richmond, you can put it on. I don't know what's going to happen. There's at least going to be one goal because Richmond can't keep a clean sheet. So at least there'll be a goal.
No one's trying to watch that shit. I'm not even trying to watch that. Look, if I was in neutral, it's Tormenta versus NOCO. You know why? Because Rendon puts seats in the seats, baby. Rendon puts butts in the seats. Tormenta is there, and they're gonna have fun. Mound is there, and we're gonna have fun. NOCO is living off of vibes. Like NOCO is living in the era of Lansing and Knight, and they're just gonna have
But they're not even doing the vibes in the league. They're only doing it in the Jager Cup.
Yeah.
Hey, we can bring it here.
They have not done that yet.
Well, and it's also, why are all the games on Friday and there's one Saturday game? Like
that's weird.
Is there college football? Is college football back? Is that why?
No.
Okay, that was my only guess.
I think week 0 is next week.
Yes.
But there's like no good games. There's like 4 shitty games, and that's it. I mean, I don't know.
NOCO is also 4 games.
I guess the vibes.
For vibes.
The vibes game is Lexington Fuego, because it's like, why are we even playing this? Who cares? Like, let's just. We're here. Like, can we just like not fly out there and just like say it's 1-1 draw, be done?
Chip is right. The last 4 games between these two have ended 2-1, 3-2, 2-2, 2-2. Chip is right.
But it's also like, unless you're a Fuego or a Lexington fan, why you're not watching this game? Yeah. No one cares.
Exactly. That's why it's my chaos.
Well, chaos has got to be what knocks you. Because you fired the coach the day before a game. Like, is he that? When did they do it?
Look.
No, nobody wants to watch that.
No one wants to watch Knoxville. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna watch to see if Ellis subs himself on.
No,
like, I'm gonna wait
around the
60th minute mark to see like if he
just message me that it happens.
He's gonna be on the touch. He's gonna be in the touchline full kit.
Just message me. I'm
not watching. Chill.
No. He's gonna have it under his. He's gonna have it under his suit that he tears away.
Yeah. You're just gonna see
tearaway suit.
A tearaway 3-piece suit.
You're gonna see him just doing sprints on the sidelines and be like, "Oh, here it comes! Here it comes!" He's gonna hand off the clipboard to some random intern and just be like, "I'm in."
If that happens, I will watch. If otherwise, there is no reason to be watching Knoxville.
Oh man, this is gonna be so fun. That man's gonna look at Hoggy and be like, "Hey, your time is up, son. It's time to show you how a real 10 plays." Oh,
Is he the real 10?
I mean, hey, he's the coach now. He can call himself wherever he wants to.
All right, I guess.
He's a sweeper.
I'm just saying, man. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. All right. Are we on chaos? I think we're on chaos now. Yeah, the chaos pick is one out in Chattanooga. That's the chaos game.
Lexington and Fuego.
Yeah, I had Lex Fuego.
Those two teams are going to do the dumbest shit possible.
It's not going to live up to the height.
It's going to be a dumb mess, and I just want to see what dumb shit happens.
Yeah.
Someone in Fuego's getting a red card.
Yeah.
Jermaine Jones might get a red card.
Hey, you leave my king alone.
I'm just saying, he got a red card like a month ago or something. He just got a red card.
Oh, snap. Yeah, Kyle is right. They lead the league in red cards.
They got 2 players sent off when they played
what are they
forward.
supposed to play soccer?
It's rugby.
They lead the league. I think they led the league last year too. Did they? Let me see.
That sounds right. I will say
I think it was like them and Chattanooga.
They had 7.
Yeah. Well, I think the real chaos game was last night.
No, Chattanooga did. I mean, Fuego did last year. They had 7.
The weird thing with Fuego is they are second to last. Like they're 9th with only 29 yellow cards, but they have 4 red cards.
Jesus. Yeah, Chattanooga.
That math doesn't math correctly.
No, it doesn't make sense. Now, granted, against forward, they did get 2 players sent off because of double yellows.
But still,
I don't know.
Hey, we didn't say it was going to be perfect.
That's why it's my chaos, because someone in Fuego is getting sent off. I don't know what Lexington's going to be doing. They might fight each other in the game. They might get frustrated. We might get a coach player blow up when he gets subbed off. You never know.
you never know with Fuego.
Oh, I'll say Lexington.
Oh. Yeah. Yo. Do you think Coach makes it?
Coach?
Lexington coach. Do you think he makes it past this year?
Probably.
Yeah, they can't afford to pay a new coach even more money.
He probably comes back, and then if things don't go well, gets fired midway through the season.
That's gonna be interesting. All right.
By the way, for everyone to have their feelings, I posted the tier.
I was just about to say, we are not going to have time to talk about the tier, but
I posted it anyway. All your feelings, you can post them in the comments. Do not post them outside the comments. I will not read them. Thank you.
Look, all I'm saying is, I think it's a legitimate tier.
Ew. Brother, what are we doing?
Brother, ew. That's anytime you watch Knoxville, that's all that goes through my head.
Brother, ew.
That is literally my thoughts when you have to watch Knoxville. And they're getting results somehow, but it is still terrible to watch.
It's still annoying. You guys made me make this, and I had to put Charlotte in locked in. It was stupid.
Well, I mean, I get it. I get that you hate it, but they are currently.
I just want to know what that medical staff is doing to get Overton to play. Like, what are they doing?
So you've got the fake drug money, the real drug money, and then it's the maybe drug money.
Who, Charlotte?
Yeah.
No, Charlotte AARP.
Wow.
No, Charlotte ain't using drugs. They're just having Overton just not do anything and ask everyone else to do it.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
But it's good. But they're winning. They're getting results.
I hate it.
Also, when you got Packet goalkeeper, like
Yeah.
You got the golden boot leader right now as well. Like, I'll just give him the ball. He'll score it. It's fine.
Yeah,
He up there somewhere. It's literally all they're saying.
Yeah, honestly. Like,
so, yes, I understand, that you hate it, but yeah, we have to acknowledge Charlotte is doing well this year.
They are.
Yeah. Just go over real quick. Your golden boot leader right now, not winner, is Juan Obregon. Not Obiton, because I thought they were the same person. Your assist leader is out of Fuego. Oddly enough, Alfredo.
Someone had to get the assist there. Someone had to get it.
Yeah.
Overton is second in the league with 5 assists.
You know what? 2 of those came against Richmond. It makes sense.
I'm also just laughing that Wolfgang Prentice, who basically is a super sub, somehow has 4 assists.
Yeah, and that also makes sense. Right now, your clean sheet leader is Sean Lewis, and your save percentage leader as well is Sean Lewis. So, yeah.
Who else is the clean sheet leader? Hold on. No.
I mean, it's tied with Brent Shipman.
Thank you.
Oh, there you go.
Is that all you wanted from that?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes.
So, yeah. Do we think those will hold? Do you think someone else will pop up and win? Anything?
Golden boot?
Yeah.
Maybe McKinnon could get golden boot. I don't know. Assist. Honestly, that could be anyone. I'll say assist is wide open. Golden boot seems not.
So right now, I won't even put Bill Hart because he got 5. So Mensah from Chattanooga got 6. Pedro Dolabella, okay, got 7. Liam McKinnon got 8, and Juan Obregon has 10.
So is scoring just more spread out, or is it just not happening as much? Because remember, it was last year, it was a lot more goals happening.
Honestly, I think goals are just down this season. Well, granted, you're not having the inflated numbers that NoCo.
Yeah, you don't have as many league games as you had in the past either. That's another thing as well.
I mean, Omaha has the most goals per match with 2.
Yeah.
Fuego, you out here liking tweets, but you're not in the DMs with your Fridge Connect. I need you to do better. Okay?
We have fridge questions.
Yeah. We got a lot of fridge questions.
Yeah, no.
No question
I think,
about the
honestly,
football. Question about the fridges.
Between less league matches and scoring is just generally not. Like I said, Omaha is averaging 2 goals a game. That's lead in the league. And then it's 1.6 from Tormenta, Charlotte, Madison.
But so didn't they supplement the 10 less league games with shit ton of Jägermeister games?
Yeah, but only NoCo and kind of Omaha seem to have gotten the message of, yeah, we want to actually try and score.
Yeah. Everyone else is playing like defensive.
Yeah. Omaha understood the assignment, and they're not even playing like Nuhu for most of these games.
Omaha understood the assignment, and somehow they're still the wild card.
Because NoCo is over here like, oh, we'll try this.
Oh, yeah, this was worthwhile.
Oh, yeah. NoCo did score like 30. It's just fucking wild.
NoCo's like, can we get paid in copper wire?
Like,
there's money. There's prize money for us. Oh, okay. We'll play.
Yo, NoCo saw this and treated like the TBA tournament, the TBT tournament.
Yeah,
was like, bet. There's prize money. We can split the check. I can have a check that doesn't bounce. Bet.
Yeah, they're like, hey guys, surprise! Actually, that's your salary, so you better go win it. That's your wages. Go
all right,
get
we
it.
have had our first question of what the fuck did we do to y'all from a Knoxville fan, and
we'll see the pod.
Fuego.
More so Cal who put it in.
I will fully admit that it's me, and I am not sorry.
That is fine.
I was going to say this looked a lot different than until Kyle got it.
Yeah, it did. It looked a lot different. So this is the Jägermeister test. I'm gonna read this out to you, and this is kind of show you how wild NoCo has been. So in the league, you know how this bring you up the top 5 goals in the league. That's not a NoCo player. The top 2 in the Jägermeister Cup both come from NoCo. The top two of the top 3 assisters come from NoCo. two of the top 2 goal and assist leaders come from NoCo. The best player rated right now comes from NoCo. Most shots on target per 90 comes from NoCo as well. They lead in goals per match. They also lead in shots on target by 2 full shots compared to any other team. They lead in big chances created by 8. And they have the most accurate crosses by 0.3. That team has fully bought in to, this is the playoffs?
This is their playoffs. I mean, they still have a chance to make the league's playoffs.
They don't get paid for that. They don't care. They get paid for this. They saw a check.
That's fair, honestly. It's the only
if
check.
NoCo wanted to get out of debt, maybe they should talk to Fuego and find a way to sell fridges.
Nah,
I think that's a good way to end it. That's a good way to end it.
You can't take their shine. They tapped that market first.
They should talk to Fuego about selling something.
I'm so proud of Fuego because they went from doing promotion at a Dave & Buster's to selling fridges. You know what? That is a true college come up. Next thing will be selling textbooks on the side of the road.
Look, there's one flash drive with all the textbooks for every language, okay? For every subject, for every major. They got it. They good. I'm rocking with Fuego because Fuego rocking with me. Send me a fridge.
Send me a fridge.
Send me a fridge.
Oh man.
We are not asking for much. I just want a walk-in 90 fridge, Fuego. That's all I'm asking.
Just tell me where to get the hookup.
Hey, I'm dead serious. If Fuego DMs us and was like, yo, we will make a walk-in 90 fridge,
I'll buy it.
I have to rethink my allegiance to Richmond for like a hot second.
Well, I'm buying it. No, you got just buy it. You just gotta buy it.
I will buy it. I will. I'll be like, how much? Here's my address. Tell me how much. Do you want it Venmo'd?
All right. Do you want to check?
They're cash out.
Like
they're cash.
No, this is not Chattanooga.
That coach followed us on Twitter. He unblocked us and followed us like last week.
We were blocked.
Yeah,
you didn't see that?
Yeah.
I knew he followed us. I didn't know he blocked us.
We were blocked by the Chattanooga coach?
Yeah, after we posted the thing about him liking all the porn stars tweets and stuff, and
he did. I thought he mad at me because of your likes.
Yeah, I mean, right. We just always said was, hey man, your likes are public.
Look, there's no problem with being horny on Maine. It's just people know you're being horny on Maine.
Just remember it's Maine. By the way, if they only make one, it's got to be the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants, and we just keep sending it.
Yeah, honestly, it does.
All right, that works for me.
Like every 3 months, it just goes to a different house.
Just gonna show up at my house, and Chris will just be like, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck?
Like, I don't want to know. That can go in your office.
Honestly, I'll be like, great, perfect.
So it may not help with the lawsuits, but it's a good way to start. We won't know until they try.
It can't hurt.
Hey, they're just putting something positive out in the world.
Right.
Whatever NoCo is doing isn't working. So you might as well try with the fridge.
Yeah, right. Like they already have the worst Derby name in the name of Derbies.
Well, they got the condom Derby.
Condom Derby.
Yeah, the condom Derby. It was so funny. They actually tried to name it the Ice and Fire. It was like, no, guys, this is the Fire Ice, and it's a condom. Like, just go with it.
We've all been in the prophylactic aisle before. We've all seen it.
Like, all right. Eb, anything else I forgotten about, or you think we're good?
No, I think we hit them all, even though I missed a very big portion of that.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing. But,
well, Yogi's back, so we're pushing an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So,
I said 90 minutes, and we did it. I'm proud of y'all.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So look, as always, make sure you support all your League One content creators because we don't get paid shit. So yeah, help us. That's really the main thing. Go watch a game, and if you don't, go do something positive with your life. Don't spend it on watching bad soccer. Like, go have fun, touch grass.
Yeah, go change young men's lives.
Yeah,
and
no diddy.
Recruit the living shit for your program.
Yeah.
No diddy.
Why would you watch bad football like Arsenal this weekend when you could watch League One instead?
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
Is
I got
Arsenal-
I got an Army college football program to run.
Hey, also, me and Kyle are in the same college football dynasty mode, and there have been legal threats against each other about recruiting each other players. Like there have been credible threats made. We have created rivalries. Lead your program to greatness, folks.
Is Arsenal Fuego?
No.
Think about it. Think about it.
No.
Think about it.
No.
Think about it.
No.
Think about it.
No.
Just think
No.
about it.
No.
Anytime there's a scandal, something new comes out. Arsenal releases a jersey. Fuego releases a fridge. Y'all have a good night.
What
No.
scandal?
No.
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 That's not even a good way how to end the show. That was shit. I'm sorry. That was dog shit. Yeah. Thank you, John.
Oh yeah, watch the Super League. It's gonna be super fun. I get to go to the inaugural game, and it's gonna be.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
let's talk about you, Miss. Oh, I get merch from the league.
No.
Hey, no. You get merch from the league. You got official tickets. Kickoff 17-24.
And you didn't even send it our way.
Right, trash. Asshole.
But yes, watch the Super League.
Chilling, vibing. It's gonna be fun. I'm super excited. I don't know what to do with this ball because it's the game ball.
The mini fridge guy responded.
Yes.
Wait. What, Chuck?
The mini fridge guy responded.
I got excited about a mini fridge. I'm so sorry.
Yo, we get mini fridges out of this. Please, God, let us get this down.
He says we have more in the chamber, and I need you to DM it to us right now.
Can we announce? I just want to announce the next one, whatever it is. I want to announce the.
I don't want to announce it. I want to buy it.
I just send me a link.
And oh no!
That's all I need.
For Madison, we would always do the more kits than wins. For Fuego, it's more mini fridges than wins.
That is how we end it. That is the ending.
Y'all have a good night.
Bro, that's a goddamn shame. That is a goddamn shame.
I do not care. We're ending on a high note. That is the high note. Because the fridges are fire.
All right, y'all. We will holler at you guys in 2 weeks. We promise we won't take as long as we did to record this. But just
go watch the Super League. It's gonna be a fun one.
They're teasing a walk-in 9.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
mini fridge. We got some business to take care of. See you later. Bye.
All right, bye, y'all.
Hang up the phone.